My name is Sarah Joy. I'm 21 years old and I'm the designer and creator of the copyright collection. This is my second year doing a collection. I had a fashion show last year and it ended up being really cool. I cried the entire time. My family cried. Everyone who came cried, because it was just a night where there was so much creativity on display. So many people were doing what they're good at, whether it was they want to be a model and so they were modeling, or they were helping me admin everything, and so they were helping run the stuff, setting up, making the food, decorating. There were so many different outlets for people to do something cool. My collection is about this idea that everyone is copyrighted, that everyone is never going to be like someone else, that you're never going to look like someone else, sound like someone else, dream the same way as someone else, and you should stop looking to the right or to the left and just look forward. Ooh, they have headbands here.
Easier for some praying stones.
Oh my god. All year long I've asked people how they felt about themselves on Instagram, whatever. It's the project I was talking about on Instagram. And I wrote on the sleeves and on the legs of this suit, everything that people have said about themselves all year long, which kind of ties into the entire theme of the fashion show this year. What's crazy is I can sometimes make something in 3 hours because I have such a clear vision on what I want it to look like. And then sometimes it'll take me 2 months to make something. It depends on the conversation I had with the model and whether or not we came together on one clear, this is how I want to be presented, this is how I want people to see me on the runway, because the runway is going to be 200 eyes on them for however long it is, and I want people to see who they really are. So I think that all that pressure sometimes makes me feel okay, I have to make this perfect, and so then I'll throw something away. I'll start on a piece and then I'll be you know what, this isn't them, this is me projecting what I see them as, and it's not really authentic, and then or I'll mess up and it's not like Bob Ross, it's not a happy accident, it's oh my god, this is horrible, I sewed the sleeve inside out and now it has no neck. I really like that random people have been I believe in your dream, or I believe in your fashion line or whatever, or I want to buy something, and I'm I've never met you before, but it travels. And what's cool is when you have an idea that's your idea and it's unique and it's something that not everyone is doing, people will follow it.
Hi, my name is Tiana. I am 21 years old and I am Sarah's right-hand lady in the copyright collection.
I really love that you were a model last year, and then you're being a little bit more creative this year, because I think some people get this idea that if they're creative, they can only be creative in one way.
Right,
oh, it's
exactly.
oh, I'm model, and it's
Right.
that's it.
Yeah,
that's the cap on what you can do.
Yeah, exactly. And
so,
it shouldn't be like that.
Yeah. So why do you like film photography? Why do you want to do that kind of stuff for the copyright collection?
The main thing about the copyright collection that really drew me in and that I really love is just the outlet for expression and creativity. I feel where we live, there isn't much of that going on at all, and people are kind of scared to go after the things that they want and after the things that they envision themselves doing. So the copyright collection gives people that outlet and gives people that opportunity to just branch out and be yourself and be creative and be weird and just have fun.
It's really hard because I have to figure out how 200 people are going to sit comfortably, and then also I have to think about the runway, and I have one piece that's this huge hoop skirt, and I have to make sure that that won't get caught on any chairs and no one's going to step on it and they won't trip and they won't fall. The model who's going to be wearing it is going to be wearing a one-piece a leotard almost thing. I'm trying to make sure she doesn't look like a ballerina, because that's not the vibe I was going for. It was more I don't know, high-end fashion vibe. This is the Madonna Inn. This is in San Luis Obispo. It's close to where I grew up. It's everybody knows this town. Everybody knows this area. It's really cool to have something start out small in such a cool space. So
right now I'm gonna be kind of like thinking through how the runway is gonna look, what everyone is gonna be seeing, because I want to kind of make sure that every seat is a good seat. Doesn't matter if you bought your ticket first or you bought your ticket last, or you're coming for free, or you're volunteering, or whatever. I want to make sure that everybody feels like, okay, this was worth the money I spent, this is worth the time that I put into it, this is worth investing into this.
I wanted to capture different people and different outlooks and different styles of just human beings. Like, everyone that I chose is so cool. Like, I love all the models, like, as individuals, but like all together we're like a family of weird ass people. In all honesty, I care about this generation and the generation that's coming after us. Like, I feel like there's so many people doing pop-up shops and there's so many people doing really cool creative things, but when you're 20 years old and you're in college and you're broke and you're thinking like, how am I ever going to become Jerry Lorenzo? How am I ever going to become like someone who owns their own business or whatever it is that you want to do? I want to inspire people that you can start now before your degree. You can start now before you have all the money. You can start now before you have an entire team behind you. Just start, and then whoever comes alongside you is who's supposed to be there. Like, right now, I have so many people on my team, just friends that are like, I believe in this. I don't know, it's young people. But I want people to come and like be like, this is an event. This is something I want to be a part of. Like, this is something that I want to dream into or dream outside of because of the copyright collection.